Hi Gemini, welcome to Red Flora Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. So I changed the format of these readings because I only do them once a month. I'm not asking, I don't ask for donations or money of any kind. Right now, this is just me giving back to the world. I've experienced so much in my life, and I'm sure most of you, or all of you, have as well. But this is my way to share and hopefully give you something else to think about and consider. So this new format is going to include a few things, and I hope it resonates with you. If it doesn't, please don't comment. Just move on, okay? I'm not here to satisfy all people, all Gemini. These readings are for people who need them at the moment they need them, okay? And that's why I do it. So be kind, please, and consider that I truly am trying to give back something kind, something that helps people. So I changed the format to include some of my other things. Of course, sound, which I did do the bowl last month. So what I ask of you is to close your eyes, take a deep breath, Gemini, and just listen for a minute. This is the third eye chakra. Let's open up and be receptive to one another. Give each other a moment. Listen. Deep breath. All right. Okay, Gemini. Also, I read a lot of books. I like to read, and most of the stuff I read is in some way, shape, or form self-improving, self-expansion, learning of some sort. I do like stories, but generally I do. This book I've had for years, and it has a plethora of wisdom. The Prophets. If you haven't ever read it, you really should. So I'm flipping through the pages for each sign and just picking one. I loved this one. I've loved every single one, but this one was almost prophetic for myself as well. And the passage I picked, my eyes went right to: have you peace? Have you peace, the quiet urge that reveals your power? Have you remembrances, the glimmering aches that span the summits of the mind? Have you beauty that leads the heart from things fashioned of wood and stone to the holy mountain? Tell me, have you these in your house? Have you peace? Or are you looking towards statues and things of wood to give you peace? In other words, are you looking for something else to give you peace other than this house? Is this house at peace, Gemini? Gemini, I have Gemini in my chart, so I do understand a little bit about Geminis. I haven't known a lot of Geminis. It's funny because I didn't know I always had Gemini in my house for a long time, and when I finally realized I did have Gemini in my house, I was like, oh, that would explain so much. I'm dualistic in many things, and Geminis are, but they're so fun, and yet they know exactly, they can go from 0 to 80 and like nothing. It doesn't drain them. They understand both sides of so many coins. I love that about Gemini. So I'm reading from the Good Tarot, which is also positive. Good Tarot, I love it because everything in this book with these cards is focused on expanding the soul to a more positive route. I love the Rider-Waite Tarot. I love it. However, it can reflect some intense, the times it was written, if you read the background on it, it was, some heavy, ugly things going on in the world. So it's not to be a Pollyanna about good versus bad or evil versus positive, whatever. That's my idea and my thought on this, is to to bring people's the way they look at things in a more positive manner, which is not always easy to do. It's so easy for us human beings to focus on the negative, to hear the negative. I heard once that for every 10 negative things we hear, we'll only retain one positive thing that we hear. So you hear 11 things, you're only going to retain you're going to retain all 10 of the negative ones and not the positive one. Why is that? Why do we do that? What is it within human beings that we find it so easy to do that? Especially when there's so many negative people in the world. They want to pick on other people, they want to blame other people, they want to, deflect and devise people. It's rampant. And I understand that, when we are not at ease with ourselves, we are not at ease with the world. And so that's what that saying is from the prophet. It's saying, be at ease with oneself. Find that peace within yourself. Okay, Gemini? Let's try these cards, alright? Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Oh, love it. Okay, what's this one? Wow. Alright. Oh. We can make this stuff up. I think it's just absolutely fantastic. Oh my goodness. Okay. First card out. The Magician. So Gemini, you are manifesting something new in your life. Like I've said to the other signs, sorry, it's a little loud. I don't know if you can hear that. We're coming into Leo in the new moon in the first week of August. And for a lot of people, July was a hard month. There was a lot of, Mercury retrograde, all of these signs lining up, creating all this really intense energy. And it created a lot of tension for a lot of people. I think for us Geminis, those of us that have Gemini in your chart, Sun, Moon, or Rising, right? There's derived from that energy, you're going to be able to, or you're going to find yourself creating something new, something unique. Messenger of the water. See, she's looking at the seahorse. Look at her, she's just bejeweled. And she's looking at this little horse, this little seahorse, this magical creature, this magical moment, and deciding, Seven of Air, deciding that you're going to do it a little differently. Taking the time to consider those around you, because see all those birds are like my totem, but really looking at the people you love and how they play a part in your life. She has wings herself in this Seven of Air. Swords. So a Seven of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite, it's not the most favorable card. I like this take on it because rather than making way with somebody else's information, news, or whatever, they're taking a perspective of, I am going to consider, I am going to weigh my options, I'm going to look at the people in my life. Nine of Water, not only that, I'm not just going to use my head here. I'm going to feel my way through this thing and create, through the Magician power, a new way of looking at it, a new way of dealing with it. It could be a relationship. It could be, you know, I dare not say what kind of situation this is. I mean, I say relationship, but I don't know that that's what it is. I've seen most of these readings thus far being about oneself and how we look at ourselves and how we deal with the world around us and how we can change our world individually by how we look at it, about how we feel about it, about shifting that energy out of negativity and fear and blame into an energy of, I can feel better about this. And when I take the time to feel better about this and look at the fact that people around me are also fearful, you're going to change that whole dynamic. You know, and of course, you know, I want to be really clear in saying this doesn't happen the first day of August. This isn't going to like, oh, okay, we're out of retrograde, now we're, you know, we're in the new moon in Leo, and it's very fixed, and it's very strong, and it's very empowering. But it takes time to shift that energy into the, it takes time to reevaluate, you know, when you've been in a really negative space, or those around you have been very negative, it can be difficult to just snap and go to the next thing. You can't get there from there, right? You know, that's Abraham Hicks thinking, but you can't. Okay, words don't teach. Again, there's another one. You can't just tell somebody, oh, okay, you know, get over it, feel better. That's not the way it works, right? We humans are much more complex than that, and our hearts need time to rest. And I don't mean just physically rest. I mean, you know, take the time when you've been hurt emotionally to rest. Let your heart gather strength. Let your emotions settle. You know, when there's a clouded pond, when it's settled, when you're not stirring the dust up, you might actually get to see what's down there. But you have to let it settle. Dear Gemini, that might not always be easy for you. You guys are, you know, you're go-getters, you're doers, and God love you for that. I'm going to take an angel card for you and see what we have. I love this. This is, I've been telling everybody, this is a bowl my son made way back when he was in high school, and I love it. I mean, it's like a cherished item for me. I would be heartbroken if it ever broke. But anyway, I love this. Okay. Enthusiasm. So Gemini, when you find yourself finding that positive feeling, finding that peace, take that enthusiasm, take that moment, that feeling that you get in that moment, take that with you throughout your days in August. Always come back to it. You know, when things get a little spiraled and a little out of blah, just take that moment and remember that you are the creator. You are the magician. This is your time. And take that enthusiasm with you into every moment, because it's going to serve you. It's going to serve you really well this month. You just have to allow it. Okay? Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing, my dear Geminis. I hope you feel blessed and safe this month, and thank you for watching.